Sit back and relax.
Uh-huh.
This is Talk and Listening with your boys X and Off.
What's your catchphrase? Drinking Coors and...
Smashing Coors and banging whores.
Say it louder, because we're already on.
Oh, we go smash some Coors and bang some whores.
There we go. Here's another episode of Talk and Listening with myself, Nauf, and X. And today we have a special guest. The guy behind the scenes at Heavy Metal, make it run smoothly.
My name is NerdRockJosh.
There it is, NerdRockJosh.
Yeah, welcome, man.
Hi.
How you doing?
It's been a long day of work.
Yeah?
Yeah. Reorganized my video game library.
Oh.
That took a lot out of me.
Are we starting with that already?
Go, yeah. Talk
Sure.
about games.
What do you run? You run PC or you run a console?
I have a retro library with all the retro consoles plugged into a box that I could just switch between every console to an old TV. And
I love 64.
I'm still playing on the original NES, a game that I've had since Christmas '92. The greatest baseball game ever made, Baseball Stars.
That's before my time.
It's way before everyone's time, but I'm still playing with the team that I created in 1998.
Really?
Yeah.
That is
Still to
dedication.
this day.
That is dedication.
See, that's the kind of level I want to get on with games, because every year I'll start a team with like
My team is old enough to drink and gamble, and it's almost old enough to buy or rent a car.
See, like I'll do every year, like an NBA game comes out. I'm like, let me start a team. I'm gonna fucking keep the season going every year. And a new game comes out. I was like, well, let me just buy the fucking new one and forget about all the work I put in on the previous fucking team.
Well, I tell you what, because they stopped making consoles the way they used to. Was, you know what I mean, you buy a game, you bring it home, down, you know what I mean, you put it in. It saves the memory. Now we use the memory to download the game. You know what I mean? It's like it's a pain in the ass. It's no more like console. Like nobody buys the actual disc anymore, I don't think.
I do.
You do?
I'm probably the only person still buying plastic.
See, because I went virtual. I went digital. So now if something happens to the PlayStation,
you're fucked.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
I growing up like with a video game console, like ever since before I was even born, you know, there was an Atari 2600 in my house.
Oh man.
So first memories of video games is playing an Atari 2600, like Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Star Wars games and Pitfall and River Raid, and like there's this ritual. I think it's the same reason why a lot of people are loving vinyl records. There's a ritual to putting on music instead of like, you know, pulling up your phone and like
plug it into a speaker.
Right there, you know, it's there. Like there's this whole ritual of putting in a cartridge into a system for me of like, this is how you got to do it. And like my NES is still stubborn. Sometimes you gotta blow on the disc, other times you just gotta get a can of deoxidizer and just spray the pins and it'll work good as new.
With the vinyl records, like I noticed that those have been becoming popular all over again too. It's weird to me, like
it's
because like no one buys CDs, but all of a sudden vinyls are back in style. At Walmart,
I think
Target.
CDs are gonna get back in style because I feel like there's gonna be this like limit on plastics eventually. Because of just, you know, how the world is.
Yeah.
And how much plastics have been polluting. So it wouldn't shock me if CDs wind up getting valuable as fuck. No different than trading cards have. Because print is mostly dead. Yeah. Old magazines are just going up and up and up in value.
The trading card thing, like at Targets, they like discontinued selling the fucking NBA, the new NBA trading cards.
Yeah.
All the resellers. And it's fucking annoying.
For you being such a hardcore NBA fan, I understand that frustration. You know, you're obviously a toy collector, as am I.
Not as big as you, though.
Oh, it's a disgusting habit. It's a disgusting habit.
How many do you have?
Too many.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't think you can count them.
Is it walls of it?
Walls.
Okay.
Like walls of figures.
See, X thinks this is too much.
No, this is maybe like.
Well, I mean, because you saw the
shelf.
living though, right?
Yeah, but this right here is probably half a shelf because I'm a pull it out.
He takes
and
them out.
display.
Oh, okay.
So he just.
I wanted to make a video of like expensive figures that I've bought and just like have the counter of like how much it's like worth and then just rip open the top and then like
drop it.
everything just de-escalates.
People fucking hate that
value to
shit.
zero.
Like, okay, that was one of my questions was, like, what's the most you've ever spent on a figure?
Ooh.
Spent, and then,
I spent about $100 on a Macho Man Elite, but it was complete. It was in the package. The package was destroyed, but it was the defining moments with the purple jacket.
The old one. Like, okay.
Yeah. Vinyl, the purple and white jacket, the cowboy hat with the ribbon on it, and like the ribbon alone on eBay is like $30 or some shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like it's that was an expensive figure. That and the 2-pack with Elite CM Punk and Stone Cold from the WWF or WWE All Stars 2-pack.
Well, you're way more into the collecting than I am.
Yeah.
That was an expensive thing on eBay.
What's your most valuable collectible when you look online and shit?
Most valuable collectible in my house or most valuable collectible figure, like
whichever.
I have Beatles bobblehead dolls.
Oh, okay, so those
that
are probably...
were my mother's, and the last time I looked, they were worth a few grand each.
God damn it.
And even one of them's kind of in like shit condition, and I'm sure if I got it appraised and sold the set, I could probably put a down payment on a nice little condo or something.
God damn. See, I have the CM Punk Funko Pop, and I thought that was worth a lot. It's like $200, and to me, it's like, oh fuck yeah, I could sell this.
That's
as
rookie numbers.
As far as
You
like
gotta get those
modern
up,
stuff, though, modern figurine,
Get 'em up.
probably my Elite model Rick Martel.
Okay.
It's still mock, and I got it for a steal of a deal. Got it for like $40.
Oh.
And it's worth, I think last time I saw on eBay, like $250 is what someone paid for one.
Mm-hmm.
So
see, I told Sarah, like, eventually, like, when we go broke, all this is gone. Eventually, like I'm predicting our downfall. Eventually, when we go broke.
Don't go broke.
I know, man. Please.
Oh, let me see.
Can't go broke.
So I was noticing your hat outside.
Mm-hmm.
Flying Chanclas.
Flying Chanclas, baby. The TCL Flying Chanclas. Not the San Antonio Missions as the Flying Chanclas, but the Texas Collegiate League. It's like a bunch of like NCAA and major league prospects, but they're on the NCAA program still.
I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was.
They're all college kids, and
okay.
this year, like that team. I mean, they're the champs. They're like there was just this energy among the team, this camaraderie that, I mean, that's the type of energy you that inspires movies. Like everyone on that bench was making each other laugh. They were all knocking off. The chemistry was just like, we're out here playing a fun game. Let's play some fundamental baseball. They were loading the bases, hitting solid grounders, and then they would just walk them off.
Yeah, because you went into the last couple games, right?
Yeah, the way they played and just the way they gelled, and then I'd look at the other team, and the other team's just silent, didn't have any like emotion to them. I don't know if they had.
I hate ball teams like that.
I don't know if they have a coach that sucks the fun out of everything.
Yeah,
because like the Chanclas, like
what it is.
Their coaches seem to be young too, so. There's that youthful energy of like, hey, we're just a bunch of kids having a good time. Who would have thought we'd be playing baseball like this?
Yeah. So you're getting paid still to play. You know what I mean?
Well, they're NCAA, so I don't know if they got paid.
Yeah.
NCAA.
Well, I mean, no.
Pay them boys.
Yeah. Now it's official that they can make money off their own endorsements. Or like, what is it?
In certain states, yeah. It needs to be passed everywhere and made like official everywhere across the board.
Because X claims he could have been a pro baseball star.
Man, no, bro, no.
Nah.
I didn't say that.
Mr. Varsity?
I was varsity with.
If my parents would have let me play baseball, but it was too expensive to do it every year, I probably would be a good coach somewhere, like mid-upper tier of profession level. Like, I love to study games and strategy and all that kind of stuff, so, like, producing wrestling and stuff is, like, a real creative way to strategize, like, how do I make an audience react?
So how did you so how did you get into like the whole producing heavy metal and all of that? Like how did that come about?
Well, I was watching a local wrestling show and I thought to myself, this looks like shit.
Call them. No, I'm just playing. Don't call them.
I'm not gonna call anyone. No, but the bar was really, really low for production. Like, you know, looked like a trash bag curtain kind of thing. The lights lighting up the ring. It was just house lights, so there's no featuring the ring as the stage sort of thing. It was just a centerpiece in a room versus like, oh, what is this?
Like,
you know,
make it the point of attention, like the
it really needs to be a focal point, and that seems to be lost on a lot of promoters. That, you know, you got to light up the performance wherever it is, and my friend Brandon kept convincing me, like, dude, just get a video camera. You could probably film some of this stuff and make something cool.
Yeah.
You know, at least, like, work on getting back into editing again, because he's always trying to twist my arm, like, come on, dude, just get back into it. You used to do this all the time when you were in high school. You're not doing music right now. Like, video, man, just do it. So he kind of shoved me in that direction, and so I was working with a promotion and training at the same time, but right as soon as I was...
to be a wrestler?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And when I probably like 2 weeks into training, my mother told me that she was diagnosed with cancer, and that just deflated that entire blimp behind me, and I lost all focus in the ring. I couldn't concentrate on anything. I was very depressed. I'm still, you know, depressed, but coming out of it better. But, you know, getting out of the funk after my mom passed, it was like, well, I want to do something. I need to do something creative. Let me see if I can figure out how to do a wrestling show that's like weekly, because seeing dudes do only monthly shows,
which is what I was used to as a fan, like.
Yeah, you notice guys don't really get better if they're only wrestling once a month, whether or not they're still training, like, regularly, you know, because when you're training, usually it's just, like, the same group of people, and you only know how to wrestle those people.
Yeah.
And then when you wrestle someone new once a month, you only get so much XP, you know?
Yeah.
You only get so much experience points. And so, like, running weekly and then having that shuffle like we did on Thunder, like, that made guys just flourish and grow, like, instantly. It's no different than, like, being in a band, and you're only going to get good not just playing regularly in your room, in your practice space, but you got to go out and play in front of crowds that don't want to fucking hear you. Yeah. And don't know who you are.
Because, like, when I started attending heavy metal, I didn't know any of the wrestlers, and obviously...
Neither did I.
And then, I mean, obviously, I became fans of, you know, like, the Joe DeMeros, the Johnny Bedlams.
So, do you have any favorites? Any favorite wrestlers right now?
Shoot. Oh, my.
Hey.
Oh, my.
Oh, damn. That's a first.
I'm a big fan of Johnny Bedlam.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of his work. Big fan of Mercer.
Of course.
Scotty. Yes. Ruben. Pretty much anyone you see regularly. T-Ray.
Yeah.
Jay Sirius is amazing. Like, that dude, when I first saw him wrestle, all he did was just talk incessantly while wrestling, and it was blowing my mind. And he was like, I'm going to grab you by the wrist, and I'm going to do it like this. I'm like, he's telling him what he's doing. This man is a freaking genius. And I wish he would bring that back, because like it just added this extra, like,
Even
this
so,
motherfucker is so cocky and just doesn't shut up. And he performed at the other promotion I had been working for, and his matches were the best out of all of them. Like he did something different in each one, and it was like a tournament, and so he wrestled like 2 or 3 times, and each match, like, he did something completely different and talked the entire time.
And yeah, with him, like, when he would come out at the mall, like, I couldn't wait for him to fucking cut a promo before any match or anything, because it was like they were so out of, like,
He makes me so proud. He's one of the wrestlers that I've never had to say a damn thing to, because he's just on it.
Yeah.
Other wrestlers that, you know, we've had around, like, I've had to, like, step aside and, like, hey, what's got you down?
Yeah.
Why you look glum? And they're like, I don't know. I don't think anyone's really here to see me. I'm like, do you not hear them chant your name? Do you not hear them pop when you enter, when your music hits? I don't know. Just wait, man. Everything's a slow marinade.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when we're doing it weekly, that also gave the regular fans an opportunity to attach themselves.
Yes.
It's no different than, like, why the original NXT formula was so successful with having a full small audience, and, you know, they're all falling in love with each and every, you know, person on the roster, and, you know, whether someone new or not comes through, or someone gets put up, you know, to the main roster, like, this bubble was amplified when they finally went and did NXT in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And so, like, everyone who knew the chants from watching NXT at home,
it
just carried over and translated over. So when everyone was doing their chants and stuff on Thunder Weekly, people that missed out last week, you know, like the Puto chants and stuff.
I love doing that chant so much.
Like,
I would hold the sign with E, and my daughter, El Puto.
like, but like, that showed that you cared enough to make a sign.
Yeah.
And like everything that we did at Thunder, like, I made sure the final product was for the fans. Like, not just the live audience, but anyone who wants to watch wrestling and see something a little different, familiar but a little different, very more raw than raw. Like, I didn't really know what I was doing with my video rig.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still figuring out that stuff. Like, it's always a work in progress for me. Like, I did, like, the last education, quote unquote, of video editing I had was in high school, and that was 20 years ago.
Well, I mean, it looks good on IWTV and all that.
I wish it looked better.
What do you think of our cheap little setup?
I love it.
Do you?
I love it.
X was waiting for you to shit on it.
You've got the most important thing. You got great lighting.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Well,
Great lighting.
That makes me feel way better about all this.
You want to go to some of the questions?
Oh yeah.
We got questions.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Almost forgot.
The underscore capped planet 88.
Oh, Maddie.
What is your dream cross wrestling promotion match?
Ooh. Ooh, okay. Let me think. I'd love to see Effie versus AJ Styles.
Oh, okay.
Because that would just be really funny to me and a lot of people, I think.
Heavy Metal's supposed to have Effie at one point, right?
Yeah, we were supposed to have him back in Valentine's Day.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Blood Bowl.
Yeah, and that's but the snowstorm.
Yeah.
And all that. Okay, that's right.
That was this year, and it feels like forever
shit,
ago.
That was this year. Fuck, oh my god.
Snowmageddon.
It's been a long year.
Yeah. Hell of a fucking year.
It's only Monday, and it's already been a long week.
Yeah, I'm already done.
I don't know where to start or where to begin, man. Effie versus AJ Styles would be a pretty fun match, I think. I think that would be really fun, technical. Effie would make it funny and hilarious. You'd have this dynamic duo of, like, someone being serious and then someone being way too serious. And I think that there would be a lot of fun chemistry in that match out of begrudging, reluctant from AJ Styles, and then hey, this is gonna be fun from Effie. You know, I think Effie's one of my favorite wrestlers on the wrestling scene. Like, not even limited to indie, like just all around. Like, Effie, what he does is everything that wrestlers should be doing. Find something that's you, find something that's unique about you, and amplify it to, like, hell and back. You know, everything Effie does, you believe, whether it's a promo, whether it's a tweet, or even just the way he throws a punch.
Yeah.
You know, he's fantastic technician in the ring, and then he's willing to do whatever to really, like, just make the audience his.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's what matters a lot. I mean,
yeah.
you gotta grasp the fucking audience. Like,
you know, major promotions are definitely fucking up by not having Effie and letting Effie do his thing. But Effie's also too good for regular television. He needs to be on, like, a premium channel like HBO or some shit.
Yeah. See, the next one's from Andro6657. What legal troubles have you had to deal with while producing wrestling events, if any? I don't know if you asked that on purpose.
Funny enough, none.
Really?
So, are we past the statute of limitations? I don't know.
It was like 7-8 years?
No. I don't know what the statute is, but I had that warehouse and we ran shows. I mean, granted, they were free, and I could totally, you know, if the police ever showed up, I would have just been like, no, it's performance art.
Oh,
you know, that would have been my thing. And we're not even charging covers, so...
Yeah, it was a free weekly oh my god, like, it was for a whole year. Like,
it was expensive for me.
I know, and I feel bad.
But... I think about it this way. I had an entire year where I not only sharpened my claws, but a bunch of wrestlers who weren't getting booked anywhere.
Yeah.
Most of them, if they were getting booked, it was like, all right, you're going to get squashed out to this guy in
20 seconds.
You're going to get squashed to this guy in 5. And, you know, Dunbar, thankfully, was like on my wavelength of like, let's see who wants to do this for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, who really wants to wrestle and like
just
figure it out.
Get their name out.
And not even just get their name out, like figure out how to wrestle other dudes from elsewhere.
Because y'all kept the regulars, but then every week it'd be someone different. The matchups were different.
I don't know how Dunbar's a wizard at booking, man. Like, that man knows how to book. I just know how to make people look cool, and I come up with really stupid ideas that make everyone laugh, and hopefully it translates even more so, and I can actually come up with something even deeper with that punchline and call back to it, you know, in the future. You know, like when we did the Easter egg hunt stuff. You know, that was all my that was all my dumb idea, and I wanted to have you know, Jacus and Dempsey have an interaction of some sort where they don't fight, but they have this confrontation, and Dempsey's, you know, this kind of coward, doesn't want to fight, and, you know, you got Jacus being all super intimidating with his dog, And to get Jacobs involved, I was like, "Hey, I want to have your dog on a skit," and he was like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah!" And he got so stoked about it. And then after that, like they all developed a great friendship and stuff. And they would have never really bonded had it not been for a dumb skit.
Yeah, that you put together. And
you put people in a dumb situation, and usually they become really good friends afterwards.
There you go.
Like podcasts.
Yeah, like me and X.
There you go.
See, because X was E's friend, and now I stole him.
Oh, come on. He's still my boy.
I'm just here, dog.
This leads to the next question. What was your favorite wrestling event name that you came up with? Because Dunbar said you made all the names for the shows.
Oh, man. Well, there's some that, like, actually had meaning and stuff, like Happy Anniversary, Krista and Adam, like, I'm responsible for their marriage, and so that episode, I think, aired on 10/10, or was filmed on 10/10, and that's their anniversary date. There's an episode called Remy Soul that's named after the birth of one of my best friends from We the Kings. His first daughter's name is Remy Soul, and when I found out the news, that's when I was like actually naming the episode. I'm like, wait, how do you spell it? Tight, cool, man, congrats, because I was baked.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, well, me and Josh going green.
Yeah.
We're saving the world.
I'm going Rocky Mountains.
So, I mean, speaking of the We the Kings, though.
There you go.
I know that's a big band that you.
I love that, like, this whole podcast is going all sorts of ways.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
There you go.
that's how it should be. Keep
Oh,
the
yeah.
listeners on their toes, viewers too.
There we go.
So We the Kings, yes.
So, I know you toured with them.
Yes.
So, what were you doing when you toured with them? Were you doing the edits as well, or maybe the promos?
I was their guitar tech at first. I was hired Warped Tour 2012.
Oh man, Warped Tour.
They wanted me before that, but I was like, I don't want to tour. Because I had already toured beforehand with this band Runner.
Ooh, okay.
And we did, like, Letterman and Jimmy Kimmel, and that was...
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
I love Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, he's
Damn it.
nice dude.
That's like one of my favorite. Him and Conan. Out there.
But with We the Kings, one of my best friends, Brian, he was their front of house audio engineer, and was like, hey man, these guys really need a guitar tech, and you're really good at being a guitar tech, and it's Warped Tour, and you get to hang out with me all summer, and your girlfriend, my girlfriend at the time, sucks, so...
God.
It's a win-win-win-win situation.
She already broke up with you, and you're just sad about it, so why not just go on tour?
Warped
Come
Tour.
on, dude.
Right? Like, fuck, you might as well.
And I was like, fine. And I didn't really, I did my job. Being a tech is no different than being a mechanic, but instead of working on cars, you're working on guitars and amps and putting shit on stage and rushing it off stage and all that wonderful stuff. And then eventually they had me playing guitar on some songs because Travis was like,
What?
I just want to sing instead of play guitar. You want to play guitar? Yeah, I'll play guitar on Warped Tour.
Yeah, you fucking played guitar on Warped Tour.
I was their auxiliary player for Warped Tour 2014.
See if we can get some footage
Overseas tours and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a picture of me, some Nashville paper. We went to Nashville. For some reason, my long hair at the time, I wanted to do, like, Coolio braids.
Oh, no.
And so, like, I was gangsta rock Josh
Oh, man.
for a day. And that just happened to be the day that we were playing in Nashville. And whoever the photographer was must have really thought I looked cool or something.
Coolio.
Took a bunch of photos. Took a bunch of photos of me, and, like, I'm just, like, playing on, like, 4 songs of the set, you know? And, like, there's more photos of me playing than the band on this,
was
like,
definitely
photo
the hair.
log. I'm like, is this what I get for doing stupid hair?
Yes.
Is this what makes music cool, having a stupid haircut? Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, so what's that feeling to be performing in, thousands of people? Is it that big? Was it that big?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
It really hurts the ears because we're all on in-ear monitors, and whenever they're screaming at you, the guitar pickups would pick up that high frequency.
Oh, fuck.
And it would just, like, blast through on me, who's already got, like, cranked up ears, but, like, I also didn't have, like, the best in-ear monitors either. So, like, the highs would distort really, really bad, so I'd have to, like, pull them out immediately, and then, like, oh, shit, where's the click track? You know, and, yeah, like, that was the only thing that I really hated about performing, like, in front of a huge audience, is wearing in-ears. But
And that's like something like you wouldn't know as regular.
yeah. If you see someone on stage making,
Yeah.
like,
So now I know, like, when they throw it out.
yeah, it's
They're
like,
fuck yo.
Yo, jeez. But now I know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it
Yeah,
happen.
you see it happen, right? Or did it
What?
fall out? Like, oh, God
No,
damn
they took
it.
that shit out on purpose. That shit's loud as...
yeah. And sometimes it's deafening, especially, like, you know, with, like, pop punk bands playing for fucking teenage girls. What do fucking teenage girls do? They scream. So, like, you know, like a metal band, I worked for a band, I signed NDAs for a lot of them, so I can't discuss who.
Okay.
But I worked for a metal band for, like, you know, just like 5 shows, but still,
Yeah.
10-year contract.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just 5 fucking shows, and, like, they always hit me up, like, hey, you available?
That's dope.
No. No. But, like, their crowd, like, it's all,
Yep.
yeah,
There you go.
whoa. Like, you don't hear any screams, so, like, the feedback on that is like, oh, it's actually not so bad.
Yeah.
Compared to the...
Compared to that,
See, that's funny. You would think the opposite, you know what I mean?
yeah.
That's
Like,
funny.
So movies and TV shows, what are you into?
What do you watch?
Recently, I've been watching Ted Lasso.
Oh! I'm on season 2.
Oh, man.
I love that's a great show.
It's so good. And, like, watching it just reinforces, like, how I felt when I was creating, you know, Heavy Metal Thunder with Dunbar, of just, like, I want to see and make sure, like, these guys can, like, try and perform at the best possible way they can. Some of them, you know, hey, you know, you tried. You know, like, let's be real. Like,
Yeah.
some of them, you know.
But on that show, it's about the process.
Yeah, it really
It's
is.
about the process.
And some people, you know, can't pass it. You know, I obviously couldn't pass it in the ring, but I've also got other extracurricular talents that can help people. You know,
I mean, you were on Warped Tour. I mean, fuck,
I
Yeah, like,
I mean,
come on, you
got a
performed
lot
for
of
1,000
talent.
I
people.
understand, like, technical shit, like wire routing, etc. So, like, going from audio world to video world was pretty easy. And, like, I used to build guitar amplifiers, so, like, I'm self-taught with electronics and physics and shit. My mom kept all of her textbooks from the 70s, and I read all those.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it paid off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome.
Like my resume for being a technician was like, yeah, here's, you know, guitar work that I've done, but I can also repair amps, and I can do this and that. And they're like, oh, you're like a repairman.
Repairman, man. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Fucking,
That's
was it
exactly-
Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I was. And then they're also like, wait, you also have musical talent too? Yeah, you can play guitar on these songs. Fuck yeah.
I mean, are you self-taught?
On guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had a formal lesson.
Okay, so you can't read music though.
I can.
Oh, you can. So you taught yourself that too then.
I took band in middle school.
Okay, that's what I
So
did.
I could play, like, trumpet.
I played
and
the
read
clarinet.
music that way.
Like
Tight.
Squidward.
Squidward's dope.
I liked it. I mean, I know how to read music and tempo. I can redo tempo, but now, like, the notes I already forgot. It's been so long.
So, as far as heavy metal wrestling, like, what was the final, like, decision to cancel the shows for the year?
People getting COVID.
Yeah.
Like, fans like you getting COVID was definitely like,
I think I missed
damn,
3 weeks.
This shit's getting pretty close to home.
It fucking sucked so much not being there. Because it was one of those, like, I'm there every week, like, in my spot, Teresa,
Exactly.
like, yeah.
Exactly, and, like, you bring an energy, like, the regular fans are so important because the new fans or the casual, like, well, what's going on in here, that don't know how to react or watching other people react, so then they start to react the same way. It's like a crowd monkey see monkey do. It's
like a domino effect.
It's no different than the wave
Yeah.
in an audience. You know, like some people just start the wave and then it catches on.
They feed off y'all's energy.
Yeah,
And they need everyone there every week to get the new ones coming.
Yeah, I know it's like us and then Mark.
If not, it's gonna be dead quiet, and they're not gonna know what to do. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Look around.
It's imperative. I mean, the regular fans of NXT made the audience of Brooklyn that loud.
Yeah.
You know, if it weren't for that regular bubble, and those were all like regular people in the audience. I know a few of them.
Yeah.
Basically, just like Dylan said, y'all need y'all's death cold.
We
All in one sink.
We do. We really do. And it's not the same without all the regular fans. I genuinely miss having the lease on the warehouse. I don't miss the price tag on it.
Warehouse was something special.
It really was. And that was a true like field of dreams with wrestling. You know, what if I rented out this like shitty little warehouse at the back of a fucking neighborhood.
Yeah, it was
And-
very hidden. It was, yeah.
And don't even put a sign up or anything, and just kind of spread the word like, here's the address,
Word of mouth, secret spot,
and
kind of thing.
you know, had the wrestling not been successful, had only like 4 people shown up for like 5 or 6 weeks, I probably would have been like, wrestling's neat, you can store your ring here, but I'm gonna build a half pipe here and just skateboard and have an indoor secret skate spot. You know, I would have done something like that, just because I'm an asshole. And
But it ended up working out, though.
it did, and it wound up like benefiting a lot of dudes that didn't have confidence before, that gained confidence by having an audience like believe in them, and that's a Ted Lasso thing.
Yeah.
He's all about believe.
Believe.
And
You gotta watch that show.
you really do.
I'm very...
Apple TV. It's only like $6.
Apple TV?
Mm-hmm. $6.
and like for me like believing in people and like believing in just like something, like for me it was like, if I build this and do a weekly show, I believe that we can build something really neat here that people can grow and thrive and like really enjoy. And then when people like Mark started posting like going to church,
Yeah.
and they're talking about like my show, I'm like, oh fuck,
It was a big thing. No, yeah, because I obviously Mark and Stephanie and Miss Pat were like there all the time. Then it grew to like where me and Sarah Teresa went. Then there's Rod with the belt.
Rod was there on like one of the coldest fucking show days. I think I called it Cold Day in Hell, which is a call to Rory Phillips and the Artificial Heart, their song Cold Day in Hell. Great song. But that was the coldest fucking day in that warehouse because there was no insulation. I
Yeah,
didn't want to spend money
it was either
on it.
very cold or very hot,
Yeah.
depending on the day.
I didn't want to spend money on insulation. Didn't want to spend money on like the electric bill any more than it already was, and it
Yeah.
was like already expensive. You know, I tried to run everything on a shoestring budget internally, and just the biggest expense was literally the lease of that building. But you know, I believed in something, and then the audience started believing in the talent, and the talent started believing in themselves, and then believing like in wrestling again, of like what they can do to make wrestling itself grow, how they can do everything, you know.
And I'll say for myself, like I started attending indie shows like 2014, 15. It was, I'm not gonna name promotions, but it was here and there, monthly shows.
Yeah.
And then I saw, heavy metal's coming. I'm not gonna name no promotions. I see you looking at me.
Yeah, I call them out. I'm just kidding.
We play nice.
I know. No.
Not sometimes. Anyways, but that's all.
I play nice.
Heavy metal running the weekly shows, and with wrestlers I've never seen, but I was like, well, it's free. Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
And then like obviously I was like, oh, this is dope. Like that wrestler's cool. I'm a fan of this guy, Joe DeMero, Bedlams, all that, and we just obviously became weekly. Like we're there every week now. And I started bringing signs, and Teresa, the King, she was like, that's when she was like, okay, the King's fucking dope because he comes out with a crown and has Dempsey and
Jonathan Lyne.
Yeah,
The loyal subjects.
Yeah, it was just a whole experiment. It was dope. I fucking missed it so much.
It blew my mind when I had that epiphany of why your daughter loves Rob Love so much.
Why? Because the king thing?
No, well, he's a king, but you've called her a princess pretty much her entire life.
Oh, I have on my post-it print. Yeah, you're right.
You set it up subliminally.
Right?
So
in her head.
She, like any other young kid, probably believes that Rob is a ruler of an actual kingdom.
She does because
and that's the magic.
Yes.
Awesome.
We were at the mall show like a month ago. Y'all had him.
Yeah.
And he gave her the shirt and everything, and she was waiting and waiting for him to come out, and he did. So she ran up to him, and he started talking, but in a normal voice.
Yeah.
So she came up to me. She's like, "Yeah, he was talking weird at first, but then he got his king voice back."
Yeah.
She still believes.
No, and that's the magic. Like it's no different than than like I don't want to say Santa Claus, but it's believing in anything.
Yeah.
Believing in anything is magic.
Yeah, and she thinks
whether it's
he has a castle.
Whether it's wrestling or like believing that you can achieve something, like there is a magic in there.
Yeah.
And I want more people to just believe.
You're a Spurs fan, right?
Oh. What? If you're thinking about it, you're not a Spurs fan. No, I just
So
he's like, well, they suck. I mean, I was a Spurs fan 20 years ago. No.
I was originally a Spurs fan, but I loved two other teams a little bit more.
The Rockets.
No.
No.
Oh my God.
He says, hell no.
One team was the Detroit Pistons.
Ooh.
I can see that.
Because of one player in particular, and we'll get to him later.
Okay.
But there was this one team that was kind of a team, but there was this underdog that like I believed in, led by number 25, Mark Price, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, okay.
That was my team. Mark Price, watching him in this playoff game against Michael Jordan, and like Michael Jordan was dominating him, but like he would still get up and he would play so fair. Like he was allegedly like the nicest guy in the entire NBA. Like Michael Jordan, the next game they lost, the Bulls lost. And the post report, like Mark Price got all these, points on you. How do you feel? And he's like, I was talking too much smack, and all he did was just smile at me. Then I felt bad about it.
It
got in my own head.
Yeah, you can't feed off that shit.
And
Like you want them to get angry or something.
Yeah.
Get a reaction.
and Mark Price just, almost had it, but they could never beat the Bulls. I mean, they were... Who could, really? But Mark Price, like, that was a dude that I believed in. 3-point challenge, like, he was the second person to be in the 3-3-3 club.
Okay.
Larry Bird was the first.
Yeah.
Mark Price was the second. And, that's 3-pointers, free throws, and just overall field goals. And, having a really, really good percentage. Like, top percentage in all three categories. And, Mark Price was just... His jump shot was beautiful. And if you love Steve Kerr, you gotta thank Mark Price. And Steve Kerr's amazing.
Yeah. No one talks about that.
You played with him on that team, right?
He was
I was about to
he was
say
basically
that, yeah.
the understudy for Mark Price. And then when the two were on the court, the coach at the time just didn't know how to do like a proper
2 points like that.
Yeah. And
because there was no such thing as small ball back in the day.
Exactly.
yeah.
There wasn't, and then nobody was shooting a three like that.
I would have loved to have seen.
Imagine them now. Like just
Now they like shoot as much as you want.
Yeah.
Like they would. Oh man, their numbers be up. But
I
back in the day it was abnormal.
I would have loved to have seen like Mark Price in his prime go, 1-on-1 against Kobe, because like you would have this weird dynamic of extreme fundamental versus like extreme selfish basketball, and like that's it's no different than because a Dirk versus Tim, that's a great rivalry, but I think two equal titans.
I think he would have matched up with John Stockton. Mark Price, they're both fundamental.
They did that a lot, but John Stockton was dirty.
Oh, okay.
John Stockton played very dirty ball.
Karl Malone elbow.
Oh yeah. Who do you think set up that Karl Malone elbow? John Stockton. Yeah, chase me, low bridge.
Yo, knocked out Robinson in the game, dude. Mm-hmm. Put him out.
Yeah. Oh man, I went to a lot of Spurs games when I was a kid. And the Spurs sucked. Granted, our division at the time was full of the shittiest teams. Yeah. The Dallas Mavericks at the time were dog shit. They were a joke. They're the first team you play on any NBA Jam because they were the weakest team. Yeah. And then who else?
The only good ones were Houston back in the day. With Elijah
Houston, Portland.
They were good, but our division just in general never really made it too far in the playoffs. Never really did, And so this team that I saw at the Hemisphere Arena dismantle the Spurs. This one player that stuck out in my mind finally joined the Spurs.
Rodman.
And I was a huge Spurs fan because we had Rodman.
Rodman. Yes. Rodman,
man.
Fucking best rebounder ever.
Ever.
Defender. Oh, I fucking love Rodman so goddamn much.
I remember
he's
getting
the best, man.
He's right here.
I remember getting his card in a pack.
Oh.
And it had the defensive player of the year. It was number 10. Blue and red.
Back in Detroit,
I'm like, all right. And then my dad got tickets to a Spurs game from one of his friends, and Pistons were visiting, and I watched Rodman fuck up Frank Burkowski, and we didn't even have Robinson at the time.
Yeah.
I think he was drafted, but I think that he was still complete in college, and so this was when we.
Oh yeah, he was still in the Navy.
Yeah, he was still in the Navy.
Once I'm done with my time, I'll come play with you.
Yeah.
Fuck you, hurry up. American my ass, get over here. We
didn't even have Sean Elliott yet,
I think maybe we had Avery, maybe.
We had Alvin Robertson. He was our star.
There you go.
Let's not talk about problematic people. Let's move on. Rodman, amazing dude.
Yes, the best.
And yeah, he made me a huge Spurs fan. And then during the Spurs-Mavericks rivalry, y'all are going to hate me, but I was Team Mavericks. I loved watching Dirk Nowitzki be an underdog to Tim Duncan.
Look, that year he fucking...
And the year that the year the Mavericks won, all my friends pretty much quit watching basketball as soon as the Mavericks smoked the Lakers. And I was just finally, I fucking told you guys, Mavericks were gonna get at least one.
Yeah.
Dirk is worthy of one ring at least.
That's the one guy I was all right.
He got it.
If anybody fucking deserved it, that guy deserved it.
He got it.
He fought his ass off for that.
Is that did he have Steve Nash with him?
No, that was Jason Kidd.
And then Jason Terry. All them.
They didn't have Jason, or they didn't have Steve Nash on that.
Okay.
He was on the Suns then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because you remember that when
for sure.
I was God damn, they were good.
Yeah. I really like working in wrestling is because I don't necessarily belong in wrestling, but I forced myself in and changed the game.
Yeah.
And a lot of people might not see it that way, but I definitely noticed my shit getting lifted. I raised the bar in production value throughout this entire state.
Yes.
Ever since I came along, people started actually giving a fuck about presentation, and that's awesome.
Yes.
But try a little harder.
Way to set the bar though.
Outdo me.
I love
you're
seeing,
setting the bar.
I love seeing you talk shit on Facebook.
I
not so much talk shit, but just state your honest opinion.
Yeah.
Is it shit if it's real? Alright? If it's truth, it's not talking shit.
There you go. There you go.
There's so much in wrestling that I fucking hate, and it needs to be thrown out the fucking window.
Let it out, brother.
interrupting people to shake their fucking hand. It's this locker room like etiquette that like has always just made no sense to me. Like you know, find the guy who's your opponent for the night, but you don't have like, do you really need to go around and make sure that everyone knows who you are and like they're gonna forget your name in 5 fucking seconds. You just interrupted their conversation. Like they could be going over a spot or
rude.
Like, yeah, it's fucking rude.
Fucking rude.
And like I show up pretty much whenever I want, whether it's early or late. And if I show up late to an event and everyone's all set up, I'm not gonna go around and shake everyone's hand because
let it run.
Hey,
exactly.
no. Xavier. yeah. You see what I mean?
But like now that we've got like the pandemic shit, like it's so much nicer because more people started A, washing their hands, but B, also just doing fist bump, which is you don't even have to do anything. You just walk by and fist
Fucking
bump.
filthy animals.
And you could
Don't touch me.
You could keep focus on the topic at hand that way.
Yeah.
If it's just like casual fist bump
Yeah.
versus like,
Hey, like a middle conversation, like.
oh, huge pet peeve. And they say it's like about respect, like.
What happened to the good old fashioned? You know what I mean? Or even a little head nod, you know what I mean?
Or even just a sup.
Yeah.
What's that? No, I'm just.
Like,
What happened to this?
Yeah.
There you go, point.
you know,
That's it.
like
See, all y'all, everything we just did.
All you have to come close to you.
anytime Mike Dell would walk into the building, I'd give him my salute.
Boom.
It was just like that, and then he started doing it back whenever he'd see me. So I don't have to shake anyone. I don't shake. I have to shake his hand. He doesn't have to shake my hand.
You?
That's the fucking
That's
retired military. Right? And boom. I'm retired. I'm out. Still giving it though.
So, you know, like, you know, they talk about, you know, like old school vets always talk about like respect in the locker room. I'm like, fucking shower. Like, if you want to show respect to everybody, shower and like wash your gear.
You fucking smell, bro.
Oh,
Watch
my
that
God.
bitch.
There's some people, I don't know who the fuck, but there's some people that need to wash their fucking ass. Like,
I will say, I don't know who it was. I just remember like various times, like certain wrestlers would come out and Sarah's like, "You smell that?" I'm like, "Yeah."
yeah,
And we're just,
Oh my god.
yeah.
but it happened multiple. I mean, so I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't name them out loud, but
It marinates sometimes,
Yeah,
man.
It marinates.
No,
That's fucking sick.
And I'm just like, do you guys not wash your gear?
No, man,
Like,
I'll tell you what. I'll play varsity ball in high school. Some of the guys, man, like, because they're so fucking ritual in baseball, they're so like,
like
fucking
traditional,
psychological.
like,
I forgot what it's called though.
Oh, the superstition.
Superstitious. That's the fucking with
Where
Jesus.
they don't fucking change.
They don't change their.
draws.
They have lucky draws. They were going a game days.
my
Like you
God.
sweat your balls and they wash that shit. No. I had a good game today. And they wear the same shit. Man,
That's a
some
good
guys
way
just
to
didn't
get
want to.
like all kinds of skin infections and
Staph.
like STIs,
Yes,
like
God
and
damn.
like develop the fungus that
Nasty
creates the
motherfuckers.
STI. So like when you actually go and bang and you're still not fucking washing your shit,
Dude.
like you're just giving people STDs.
You give people
or
that stank.
STIs. You know?
STDs too.
Stop spreading your stinking fucking jeez, man. Wash your ass.
Wash your ass, wash your balls.
Public service.
Hide your kids. It fucking smells out here.
I'm a huge stickler on hygiene, so
There you
like when
go.
dudes walk by and they're not wearing deodorant, I'm like,
Call them out.
You motherfucker.
Dunbar, I don't want that guy booked.
Send his ass
I got
Till
a
he
bad
learns how to
feeling.
shower.
Bad feeling. The guy fucking stinks.
So if you haven't been booked in a while,
Wash your ass. Put on that stick. It's called some degree, motherfucker. Just put it on. 2 seconds.
it's bad sometimes, dude. Like the locker room gets funky.
Oh.
Funky. And like especially like after a match and the dude's wearing like stank gear, it's just amplified even more and you're just
Some
like
blood and more sweat. With the new sweat and the old sweat.
made me so happy that the mask thing was around because I
Yeah.
didn't have to smell like fucking
And if
dick
you could smell it, you knew it was
balls
bad.
and
Okay, you know what's
foot.
bad when like the ball players, because you can't really wash your hat. You can when they take off their hat and they're like, "Dog, there's a certain smell, like
Yeah.
fucking sweat in the hat."
Yeah.
Oh man, sometimes I'll be like, fuck, bro. Like, what have you been doing, bro? Like, god dang, like it's a fucking.
My girlfriend asked me why I have so many duplicate hats, or why I buy 2 of every baseball cap. I'm like, because I'm gonna sweat through one of them.
Yes.
It's gonna have this ring of sweat.
I have 4 post office
can't-
hats
that I can't get rid of for the life of me. And then
I'm a sweater, but I mean, I go to people's apartments, so I bring deodorant.
Yeah.
I bring extra spray. I bring an extra shirt because I know I'm a sweater. That's why. So I'm trying to be. I'm courteous of others.
I went to so many baseball games, like MLB games, while on tour, that like I made a ritual of like, all right, at the stadium, time for a new baseball cap,
There you go.
and then I'd wear it for like 2-3 weeks before the fucking thing was ruined just from.
And I fucking hate how like I got this one 2 months ago, and it's good so far. But I had a red Gerald Hey Arnold hat.
Yeah.
I had that for like 4 months,
That
and
was
finally,
ruined.
yeah, you could finally start seeing it. Just like I'm like, all right, time to buy.
There's a way to restore them though.
Tell me now.
It's a YouTube thing.
I thought you were gonna give us some goddamn info.
No, it's a YouTube thing.
OxyClean.
See,
Remember the ShamWell guy?
Oh my god!
But wait, man.
There's more.
Yeah.
Throw a sham.
Wait, and there's more. Like, oh
Let's
man.
double down.
Like, man, I gotta find some dirty clothes.
Call now.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even wash clothes yet. I would have washed some clothes.
I have a question for you.
Oh, okay.
You've been to many shows.
Yes.
Do you prefer the voice of God ring announcing or the ring announcer in the ring?
Voice of God.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do you like my voice of God?
Yes.
My strip club DJ.
There. Yes.
Strip club?
Okay. Seriously.
Hold on. Give us a little sample of God.
Well, like you just call it voice of God because there's no.
I'm sorry.
all you
There's
hear
no
is
one in the
I
ring.
said sound of
sound of God. I think God would sound like like taking your soul. And it's got like a techno beat that's going at like 300 BPM. Just sounds like machine guns.
Just like that. Like, oh shit.
Machine guns and chainsaws. That's what God sounds like.
You gotta feel this Holy Spirit.
It's a rapture.
I gotta go to church and sound.
Second coming. Motherfucker. This is
the first time I
Armageddon
joked.
and the apocalypse.
X is so uncomfortable now.
We're having fun.
Oh. No, because I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh no. He's gonna give us a sample.
You want to hear my ring
Yes,
announcement?
yes.
Okay, let's go.
I'll just do actual strip club DJ.
There you go.
Coming up to the main stage, we have Cinnamon. Cinnamon to the main stage. We got $4 lap dances going on, fellas. And if you're parked in the parking lot and driving a blue Pontiac Bonneville, license plate G76 LY2, you left your lights on, buddy. You need to go out there and take care of that.
Yeah.
Cinnamon on the main stage. Last chance for romance, fellas. Here we go.
And that's how he introduces all the heavy metal wrestlers.
Every single one of them. Making his way to the ring.
Bro, if you sound like that, I'm gonna go tip somebody.
But lately I've also been doing like the Howard Cosell. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring. Truly a commanding performance.
Oh,
A
man.
champion among champions. He is the ray of light. T-Ray.
I was from the streets of Wish a Motherfucker Would.
From the streets of Wish a Motherfucker Would, Texas.
T-Ray? Bro, fuck my impressions, bro. That just took it.
No, because
was
I enjoy because like you just hear the voice and they come out instead of
Yeah.
them in the ring, and sometimes it's a shitty mic and
It takes so long.
It
Like,
does that little screech, that little.
yes,
feedback
yeah.
sludge.
Oh, I'm not gonna call it. We're not talking shit.
Call
today.
him.
No, we're not talking shit today.
I always do the long cable, and I know that a lot of wrestlers hate that the mic is attached
On
to
a
a cable, but it's way more reliable in all regards having it just on a fucking cable.
No, yeah, and I see y'all like they all put it in the ring,
Yeah.
and they're just like pulling it, but then I've also seen shows like I said, not calling anyone out,
Where the wireless just
yeah,
cuts
and,
out.
yeah, and you can't hear
you're
shit.
talking and it's just
Yes.
cuts out, or it just feeds back.
Yeah, and I'm
It's
like,
the fucking
or-
the Forrest Gump. We can't hear you.
Or in this one show that I did that insisted on using a wireless mic, we picked up a Tejano station.
Hey, shake that shit.
What are you doing?
So dude just walks to like a corner of the ring, and then from the PA, just like. So like I was saying, I'ma take you out, and I'ma be the. Like fucking.
Bro, you got the beat down good.
I've listened to a lot of Tejano, bro. I may not look it because
There you
I'm
go.
passing white.
No, you're from
But
San.
my last name is Del Barrio.
Del Barrio.
How old am I compared to you?
How old are you?
I'm in my late 30s now.
So yeah.
I'm gonna say 37.
I am 37.
Oh!
It's
Ding,
the
ding,
hair.
ding.
It's the hair.
I got grays going on. If I was clean cut, you'd be like, what? There's no way you're 37.
There you go.
It's like, well, check out the bald spot, man.
Oh.
Got that macho man.
Well, no, because
bald.
I can't even judge that because like he went bald like at 21.
Yeah, this is me. Like, my hairline.
This is me. He's all rubbing his head.
I'm in fucking Manu Ginobili season 3.
Yeah,
man.
I know exactly what that is.
Season 3, like,
No,
I
no,
cut it
everyone
short.
does.
It's
Before
like,
he started-
oh, that's season
Yeah.
5.
And then it's like just getting like worse. Like just come on home, brother.
Every year
But
it was
like-
like,
Yeah.
the spot was just getting
Yeah.
bigger, and then
But
the hair was getting
Yeah.
he made having a receding hairline and a bald spot socially acceptable and sexy
Yeah.
for people all over the world.
Until he retired. Yeah, but yeah,
And he was
yes,
just bald.
he did.
Yeah.
He did. No, I think back in the the 80s and 90s, I mean, there was a lot of bald, like 20-years.
Yeah, but
They were going through some stuff back in the days, man.
Kurt Rambis, man. Huh?
like Clyde Drexler's had like patches. I'm telling you, I'm not lying.
Clyde Drexler, you're right. He had the.
Jordan went bald after like his rookie year.
That's true too. Shit.
A lot of people went bald.
That's the stress
Karl
of
Malone,
gambling,
too.
man.
I heard he was disgusting.
You gamble? That's why you lost all your hair.
Talk about your gambling problems.
That's why I'm thinning out.
Yeah, your hair's way shorter than it was the first episode.
I got a haircut.
Which one?
Right? Which?
So as far as every venue that heavy metal's running, what was like the I guess the easiest production? Like, cause I see the way y'all set up in all different types.
Oh
of,
man, I do a lot of work just by
On each-
myself.
yeah.
At
Pretty
each
sure,
one.
like,
Like
it's
guillotine, I had to if we wanted to run live from the guillotine, I had a 150-foot network cable that I ran through the ceiling, like on the ceiling, like along the ceiling, like the whole from the stage through one bar, through another bar, just to get to the router, so I could plug in, and it was fucking great internet. Like it was never down, but it took about 20 minutes just to put it up,
Yeah.
and about 10 minutes to pull it all down. I had little hooks that I just hook into the ceiling,
Yeah.
and like the owner was like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Didn't care.
Like, yeah.
Honestly, the guillotine was my favorite. It was between the guillotine and the warehouse. Those were my two favorite spots y'all ran at.
Yeah,
Just the environment of it.
the guillotine was a lot of work. 502 is a lot of work, but it's just a lot of climbing ladders, really,
Yeah.
and like tall ladders. Because I got to take that projector down, one projector down, and then run cable throughout the ceiling, just so that everyone at the bar can see
So I
everything.
mean, is it? I mean, it's pretty much is you, right? Running the whole thing for heavy metal, setting it up.
Not the ring.
I mean, not the ring, but all
the
everything.
production
technically,
stuff. Yeah, like
oh man, that's still.
I'm always the one that's climbing the ladders and throwing up the lights.
I see it
and
too. Like,
pointing
we'll see,
everything.
like mid match, like at the mall, like we see you run out and like mess with the camera, like, oh, something went wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
So again, if you love heavy metal wrestling, this is the guy who really puts on the show. You know what I mean? I mean, like the talent brings him, but this guy makes him look good.
It makes it look good on
So,
for IW.
It's always good to appreciate the guy
but
behind the
also
scenes.
make it look good for the live audience too.
Yes.
Like vibes. I had a lot of fun with our no ring death match that we did at 502
Yes.
with when I was like, all right, how do we do this without me having to haul much stuff to the damn venue? And I was like, I'll just set up the tables all around like a big horseshoe, and it'll look like Pit Fighter, the arcade game,
Yeah.
which was one of my favorites as a kid before Street Fighter came out.
There you go.
And
Oh, I love Akuma.
and the no ring, that first one just definitely felt like pit fighter in aesthetic, and I loved it. And then that was probably the easiest setup I did. Let me think. Probably like, yeah, that no ring was probably the easiest setup.
Makes sense.
Definitely the easiest. Cause I didn't have much to really do. I just taped some stuff down, moved some tables, brought in a guardrail. I had to do the most cleanup for that one.
I believe. Fuck yeah. Oh my god.
That one, Luigi and Greg Iron.
The pizza match.
Death match.
Oh my god.
The amount of flour that got all over the carpet.
To X. They had pizza set up with toppings.
Pizza toppings, and they dipped their hands in the sauce, and they dipped their hands in the toppings, and then they fought.
Nice.
Taipei style. It was.
That's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
It was fucking genius.
I'm gonna fuck you up with some mushrooms and
Pineapples,
yeah,
bro.
Like one had pineapple. Yeah, it was brilliant.
Pineapples do belong on a pizza.
They don't.
It was messy, but it worked. I've seen Chinese food on a pizza, man. Like
Chinese food?
I've seen Chinese
Where?
food.
Because I want to know.
This
That
was
sounds awesome.
This was in Long Island, New York.
I was hoping it was here.
Fucking New York.
Actually, not just any city in Long Island. It was in Amityville,
Ooh,
New York.
Amityville horror.
Yeah. So
I'm
on
down.
Long Island,
Even better.
and the venue we played at was really shitty and really tiny. And then across the street was this pizzeria, and all the pizza looked like it was like 2 or 3 days old, like that was sitting out. And then I was looking at the toppings, and they didn't have any regular pepperoni, and they didn't have any plain cheese. But I'm looking over, and there's Chinese food on a slice,
Nice.
like fried rice and fucking.
Oh, what the?
It was like fried rice, some fucking sweet and sour chicken.
And that was in New York.
Yeah, this was in
That
New York.
sounds fucking amazing.
Hey,
I
they
saw-
say they make the best pizza.
I saw spaghetti on a pizza.
I don't know.
That's just turbo.
You had me at Chinese food.
You had me at Chinese.
Put a little sesame
But some
chicken
people,
in.
some people would say that would never belong on a pizza.
Yeah, you're right.
So when people say pineapple doesn't belong on a pizza, I'm like, you know who doesn't belong on a pizza? Nazis. That's it. They don't deserve.
They're fucking Germans.
No. Germans
The
are cool.
Nazi.
Nazis.
There you go.
Fuck Nazis.
Yeah, get it right.
My bad. That's what I meant.
Oh man, Germany's beautiful. Munich, Germany, really awesome. Putin Schnitzel, one of my favorite meals that I can't really find in America too easily.
Yeah, 'cause I never even heard that.
It's big fucking turkey breasts that they hammer the fuck out of, so it's mega thin.
And
And then they deep fry it with a real thin, crisp
Whoa.
breading. You squirt a little lemon on that turkey breast, eat it with fries. I could eat my weight in that shit.
You had me at
daily.
deep fry.
Yeah.
Any what's your social medias before
Oh,
we
yeah.
head out?
NerdRockJosh.
What
everything?
are you working on? Anything we should look out for? What are you working on? What are you on?
Now that we're taking a break from wrestling for a minute,
Yeah.
I'm going to be learning Blender.
Blender. What is that?
Blender is a 3D animation program.
Oh, okay.
And
Uh-oh.
you can do 3D modeling and sculpting, for designing action figures or video game characters.
Oh.
I'm a very creative
You're ahead
person.
of the game in wrestling for sure.
I've always been ahead of the
Yeah.
game
That's
in
awesome,
everything
man. That
that I do.
sounds so interesting, though.
One of my nicknames when I was on tour was Future.
Future.
Like the rapper.
because I always had something in my bag for a future occasion, and it was always saving the day. They're like, it's like you were from the future.
Yeah.
And
You knew it was coming. Yeah.
but yeah, I'm NerdRockJosh on everything except for Pornhub.
Okay. And what's the?
I'm not gonna spell
Just
it.
Josh.
Y'all don't need to know my weird kinks.
If y'all want to find it, y'all can do enough research.
I guess he didn't see our last episode.
Oh no, you got. I just put it out today.
Who's your favorite adult actress?
Oh.
Nina North.
Yeah.
Nina goddamn North.
What about you?
It's up there, but it's Lisa Ann.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know her, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean,
Yeah, 'cause she's
I'm
old
sticking
as
with
fuck.
I'm classic. You
She's old
fuck.
as fuck. You don't need Nina North.
He knows about classic. He has the old original gaming systems,
like
bro.
I'm a big fan of Janice Griffith.
Okay. Ooh.
Like
put a picture.
No, I am.
She's gorgeous, and she looks like 2 girls that I've dated. So it's like
There it is.
hot.
What is she? Was she Mexican? White? What is she?
She's exotic like that.
Ooh. She's exotic like that. I'm gonna check it out.
And also, there's this other chick that I recently discovered, Alessandra Snow.
Don't know that one.
Dude,
But it sounds.
She's sexy. Like, she is busty and sexy.
We need to find out. You know what? For the future guests, everybody's fucking favorite porn
I'm
stars.
glad you brought this up. Nina Northwood, I'm bringing you up every episode.
Did you ever get to meet any of your favorite adult
No.
actresses?
I want to go to AVN one day.
I got
in Las Vegas.
to meet Tori Black one time when I was in New York. She was like walking by. I was like, "You look very familiar," and she's like, "Oh, my name's Tori." I'm like, "Tori Black!" And like I high fived her and like I ran off.
He ejaculated.
I was terrified. I was like, "Oh, Tori Black!"
You look very familiar.
I fucking seen you.
Yes.
Thank you. Right? He just says thank you.
Right? I appreciate all your work.
Yeah, and if I were to meet like any other adult entertainers or anything in person like that, it'd probably be like the same thing of, I really like Newark, and I'm gonna go now. Like voice cracking,
that would
peeing
be-
my pants.
I'm pretty sure Knopf wouldn't. I wouldn't know how to act. He wouldn't know how to act.
Yeah.
No one does.
No, 'cause
We
it's like,
we need to go to they have like porn awards.
I'm only
it's
going
called
if
AVN
she's
awards.
there.
We should go to one of them
know,
one day.
I mean, I'll email her and ask her.
And we should
you know.
film us tall can boys going out there meeting our favorite
So
stars.
she responds to my emails because I gave her $20.
From her OnlyFans.
That's how I got the video of her shouting me.
Her nickname Nina Knopf.
Nina Nalf. That
Nina now.
Sarah loves that
she.
nickname.
Oh yeah, Sarah. God damn it! All right.
All right.
And on that note,
yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Way to finish strong, brother.
Hey,
Way to
you know,
finish strong.
you gotta do something a little different for everything. You know?
Alessandra Snow.
Dude,
I'm looking her up.
She fine, dude. Hair.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just show you her Insta, bro. Like, she's fucking fine.
Let's see if she's better than Nina North before we head. Oh my God.
Oh. Got his jaw. Got his balls tingling.
God damn it! All right.
Yeah, right.
Oh, let me see. Oh, damn it.
I know what I'm jerking off to tonight in the shower.
Last name Snow, right?
That was.
No, she's like I saw her on the Pornhub. Did you know that Pornhub is on the Roku?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Shout out Roku. Way to go, brother. You did it. We did it. Welcome to America.
You gotta like sign up for it on like the Roku
On the
web
dark
browser
web.
versus like you can't just like find it searching for
Yeah,
it on the
yeah,
Roku
yeah.
itself. But it's on there, and like that made when I was single, like being
I wonder if HBO Max
I
has
was I was so lazy I didn't have to use my phone. I didn't have to go to my computer. I could just lay in bed, wake up, beat
Bam.
living the dream.
Dude, seriously. And that was like the only reason why I signed up for Pornhub Premium was because like you could get all the access to everything high quality on the Roku.
I just stick to X videos and get with
Shout out Roku again.
Roku,
bro.
Pornhub
Fucking
Premium.
did it, brother.
That's living right there, bro.
Oh, so much lotion. So much lotion.
How you know he's not a dry guy? Nah,
Oh, are you a dry guy?
Not always.
Ah!
But more times than not.
I was just kidding, bro. You didn't have to answer that shit. Fucking knob.
I'm asking the hard-hitting questions.
These are hard-hitting questions, literally. Ta-da-ta. Fucking A.
God damn.
I love podcasts. I love
Oh,
knocking
man,
off
thanks
with
again
you
for
guys.
coming out, man. Thanks again,
Fuck
brother.
yeah.
Thank you
On
again,
this
bro.
note-
I had fun.
Is it officially
Is
over?
it- I know.
Yeah,
this
here
guy-
we go.
We said
Once
it
I
3
throw
times.
it, ready? Talk. Let's see. Oh, I got it.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to Talk Can Listening with your boys X and Off. We like to smash some coolers and bang some.
Oh, hey,
I can't see
you gotta chill on with the banging whores, dog.
I'm saying. We're going to smash coolers and we're going to bang some.
Cut.